If you've shopped anywhere for anything lately, you know that prices are going up. And with no sign yet of coming back down, we're in the middle of record-breaking inflation. With prices overpouring, Schools First Federal Credit Union is here with financial tips. Roseville branch manager Travis Mara is here to help us better weather the inflation storm. Welcome, Travis.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
I'm excited to talk about this. This is a really important topic because inflation is hitting us everywhere. Travis, I never thought I'd get sticker shock with a gallon of milk, but here we are.
Yes, here we are. You know, it's funny. It seems like yesterday I was rolling my eyes when my parents said, when I was your age, milk cost this much. And here I'm saying the same thing to my kids. But, you know, whether we like it or not, it's true. There's a lot we can't control about inflation. But the good news is there are some ways we can, you know, change our spending habits to make it hurt a little less.
Yes, and we definitely want it to hurt a little less. So when you say adjust spending, all I'm hearing is no more extra butter at the movies.
Yeah, I know it sounds like cut costs is very painful, but it doesn't have to be that way. Now, we do need to be a little more choosy with our spending. Now, you had mentioned, go ahead and get that butter. You deserve it, treat yourself. But however, you know, maybe only go splurge on a movie at a theater if it's something you're really excited to see. You know, those other, you know, weekend nights, you know, plan a fun night indoors.
Yeah, being a little bit more mindful as we need to.
Exactly.
And how else can people adjust during these times of inflation?
Yeah, well, you need to really start by understanding your budget in basic terms. You know, take a few months of your bank statements and really just look at what are you spending on your living expenses. I'm sure right off the bat you'll see some glaring areas that you can adjust without feeling a pinch to the pocketbook. You know, consider, you know, setting a goal to reduce your monthly spending by a certain amount, say 5%, and figure out a plan to kind of hit that goal. A couple areas that you can touch on is if you have a daily coffee habit, most of us do, consider brewing at home. Likewise, you know, your daily lunches and dinners out. You know, cooking at home is a great way to create some wiggle room right off the bat. One other area we're seeing very much increase lately, especially with the pandemic, is those subscription and streaming services. You know, really take a hard look at those. Are there any that you're not really using that frequent that you could cut out? You know, these are some of those low-hanging fruit that people say that could really help you start creating more flexibility in your budget.
Yeah, I feel like you hit one that's like something I do a lot. You said dining in a little bit more because I definitely order out maybe a little too much.
Sometimes it's easier.
Yeah, but that's where I can cut my costs and expenses, so that's good to know. And reducing spending makes sense, but what if you've already racked up debt and see your interest rate and payments getting higher every month?
Yeah, you know, that actually is a great point. You know, if we do carry a lot of high rate interest debt, you know, consider a consolidation loan into a lower rate, you know, especially with credit cards. You know, look at a lower rate card to do a balance transfer onto. You know, those are just a few of those ways to really kind of make adjustments to our daily spending. If you can lower the interest, not only can you potentially save each month, but potentially you're going to save on the long haul because you're going to be paying off that debt much quicker. Okay,
and that's what we want to do. So are there other things people can consider when thinking about their personal financial situation?
Yeah, please don't stop at investing in yourself and your future. You know, we want to make sure that we kind of can budget planning for the long haul. You know, start with a fixed amount deducted automatically into a savings account, separate from what your primary checking and savings account is. You know, even if it's a small amount, it will grow over time. You know, even just a little bit helps, and we encourage you to do whatever it takes to invest in your future.
Yeah, and I mean, we kind of mentioned inflation's hitting everyone really hard. Any final thoughts on this?
It is. You know, now is a great time, like you mentioned, to really review kind of your spending and your finances. You know, we don't know when these prices will ever come back down to earth. So, you know, trimming your budget early and often is a great way to avoid being in a financial bind.
Yeah, all very helpful tips. And Travis, you know, it's the kickoff of Pride Month, and I see you rocking the flag over there.
I'm ready.
That's awesome. Travis, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, and for these really helpful tips. And for more information, you can visit SchoolsFirstFCU.org.